My bad, your laptop slipped into the pool, my brother said, right after I refused to lend him $20,000. Dad just sighed. It was an accident. I didn't argue. That night, I made a few quiet moves, some calls, I stared at my $3,000 laptop floating in the deep end. An accident, I repeated flatly. Yeah, accidents happen, my brother Jake shrugged. Maybe if you weren't so tight with your money, I wouldn't have been so distracted. So it was my fault he threw my laptop in the pool. Classic Jake logic. You'll replace it, right? I asked calmly. He laughed. With what money? That's why I needed the loan, genius. Dad put his hand on my shoulder. Let it go. Family doesn't fight over material things. Material things. My entire freelance business was on that laptop. Client files, contracts, everything. Sure, Dad, I said quietly. Family. I fished out the laptop, completely dead. No amount of rice was saving this. That night, I didn't argue, didn't yell, didn't demand anything. I just made some calls, started with my bank, changed every password, every security question, removed Jake as my emergency contact, something I'd stupidly added years ago when he needed it for a reference. Then I called the family phone plan provider, the one I'd been paying for everyone. Mom, Dad, Jake, even my aunt. I'd like to remove everyone except myself from the account, I said. Effective immediately? The rep asked. Immediately. Next call, the streaming services. Netflix, Hulu, HBO, Spotify, all in my name, all being used by everyone. Canceled Jake's profiles, changed the passwords, then came the bigger moves. Jake had been living in Dad's rental property for 3 years, rent-free, because he was getting on his feet. That property? Dad had signed it over to me last year for tax purposes. I was the legal owner. Jake had no lease, no written agreement, nothing. I called a lawyer at midnight. Emergency consultation. Can I evict him? If you're the owner and he has no lease? Absolutely. 30 days notice in this state. Let's do it. I emailed the formal eviction notice at 1 a.m., had it sent via certified mail and email. But I wasn't done. Jake's car, the one he drove. I'd co-signed the loan 2 years ago when his credit was garbage. My name was on the title. I called the lender. I'd like to report my vehicle as being used without permission. You want to repo your own car? It's in my name. The other party is not authorized to use it anymore. They scheduled it for 6 a.m. pickup. Then I remembered the credit card. I'd added Jake as an authorized user on one of my cards years ago. Another stupid family favor that Dad had guilted me into. Canceled. Immediately. Finally, I checked my bank accounts one more time. 6 months ago, Jake had borrowed my debit card for groceries. I'd found out later, he'd written down all the numbers. There'd been weird charges ever since. Small ones. 20 here, 40 there. Nothing I could prove was him. I disputed every suspicious charge from the last 6 months. Flagged them all as potential fraud. Then I got a new card with a new number. By 3 a.m., I was done. I set an alarm for 6:15 and went to sleep. My phone started ringing at exactly 6:16 a.m. Jake. I let it go to voicemail. Another call. Dad this time. Voicemail. 3 more calls from Jake. Then a text. What the fuck did you do? Another text. They're towing my car. Another. My phone doesn't work. Another. You can't evict me. I made coffee and read them all calmly. Dad called again. I answered. What is going on? He demanded. Jake is hysterical. His car was repossessed. His phone is shut off. He got an eviction notice. What did you do? Accidents happen, I said simply. This isn't funny. He needs that car for work. And I needed that laptop for work. But accidents happen, remember? That's completely different. Is it? I asked him to replace it. He laughed at me. You told me to let it go, so I'm letting go. Of everything. You can't just kick your brother out on the street. He has 30 days. That's more notice than I got before my laptop took a swim. Stop being petty. Family helps family. You're right, I said. So Jake can help himself now. Like I've been doing my entire life. Jake grabbed Dad's phone. You're insane. Over a stupid laptop? A $3,000 laptop with my entire business on it. Plus, you know what I found when I reviewed my credit card statements? 6 months of charges you made without asking. $2,000 worth. Silence. That's theft, Jake. I could press charges, but I'm being generous. I'm just cutting you off instead. Please. His voice cracked. I need the car. I need the phone. I can't afford. Maybe you shouldn't have been so distracted, I said, echoing his words from yesterday. I hung up. Full story on the channel linked below.